Hello, my name is Carolyn Kindly Single, and I am with Brokers Without Borders at eXp Realty. And today I wanted to introduce you to James Lloyd. He is our newest territory managing broker for Triangle and Coastal North Carolina. And we are so happy that you have joined us, James. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for having me. It's good to be here.
Oh, awesome. So I thought it might be good if everybody could get to know you a little bit. And do you want to share some of your background in real estate with us?
Well, I've been a licensed agent now for about 5 years. I worked a little over almost 3 years with one of the largest teams here in North Carolina. And then a little over 2 years, I've had my own brokerage, a little small one-man boutique. I think I fired and hired myself just twice this week. So, it's a lot to say about owning your own business. There's a lot of things not to say about it. But actually, I've been involved in the industry itself over 30 years.
Oh,
I've,
yes.
I've been involved in landscaping companies, which I've owned, and I've been working with developers, builders, home buyers, literally from the ground up, so to speak. So it was a smooth transition from that into what I really enjoy doing. That's dealing with people on a day-to-day basis, trying to meet that real estate need and find
Perfect.
a home.
And you are a native North Carolinian, yes?
Yes, yes, one of the few here. Matter of fact, we
Really?
have like 69 people a day moving to Wake County here, so it's odd to find somebody who's actually born and bred in North Carolina.
Well, I can hear it in your voice.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
So what brought you to the decision to join Brokers Without Borders and EXP?
Well, if I think about that, I come up with a saying: "You don't know what you don't know till you know it." And
Ah,
it kind of reminds me of a couple who passed away at the same time when we were in heaven. And St. Peter was showing them around heaven, and the old man says, "Well, what's this?" He says, "That's the golf course you get to play every day." He said, "Well, what's the green fees?" "No green fees." He says, "Well, what do we get to eat?" He said, "Anything you want to eat. Anything, absolutely. All the stuff he's always wanted: pizza, lasagna, cookies, you name it, it was there to eat." And he said, "Well, what about sleeping? Anytime it's all nothing, it's heaven." So he took his hat down, he threw it down and smashed it on the ground. And St. Peter and his wife looked at him and says, "What's wrong with you?" He looked at his wife, he said, "All this good stuff you've been making me eat for the last 20 years, I could have been here earlier." So he thought he was doing good all these years, doing what was right, until he found out there was something actually better. And once I got into the XP and started looking into it, I said, "Hey, man, there's something better out there." And so that's kind of brought me to you and where we are today.
and where we are today. And we have a saying here that you can't unsee it. Once you've seen it, you
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
unsee it. There's
I
nothing
agree.
else like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very cool. So what do you see for the future of Brokers Without Borders and EXP in North Carolina?
Well, I see a couple things. Number one, innovation, um, growth, and integrity. And innovation and growth is really nice, but if you don't have integrity, it kind of falls away.
Mm.
So with the XP model and with my background, to be honest with you, just doing what's right all the time. Some of the things I try to express in people I've worked with in the past and led or managed in the past was I try to always tell them to be strong, be brave, be humble, but don't be afraid to be awesome. And I think with this model, with Brokers Without Borders, what we want to do with the builders and the agents and the buyers and the sellers, we can be awesome, but yet be all those other things too.
Ah, that's beautiful. Well said. The integrity, I couldn't agree with you more on that one. So what are you passionate about in real estate?
Well, as I mentioned earlier, being involved in landscaping for over 30 years in that industry, I love smelling dirt. I love it when it's So when I'm on a job site, I work sometimes I knew more about the builder's house than they did because we were out there so much. So that whole process of real estate, it's not just buying and selling, it's dreams. It's a home.
Mm.
It's more than just a house. You make it a home. And so it's a big investment for people. It's not just something, I know here in North Carolina, the average person stays in their home maybe 5 to 7 years. In other areas, of course, it's generational. They stay in there forever, but it's still a home, and it makes what makes that home as a family. So working with families, making them realize a dream, maybe some cases never
Mm.
thought they would have, or maybe that third or fourth dream that they worked their way up to. It's a lot of satisfaction in that because we could do a lot of things in life. We could do a lot of things for our work, but when we can make somebody else feel successful, whether it's leading a team selling it or a person buying or selling, then that's a great feeling for me. That's kind of what leads me. It's not just about me, it's about helping others.
Ah, I couldn't agree more. Is there anything else you want us to know? Anything else you want to share?
Um, well, I think it's important. As my background, I coached a lot of high school football, officiated football, been involved in that
Must have been
sport
wild.
for 30 years. And one of the things I always remember as a coach is you never have to tell a coach if he's made a difference. He knows. And I can harken back to the stories back when I used to coach. First couple of weeks is without pads, and it's in training, it's hitting, it's running, it's really exhausting. And it's hard to get players to buy into what you're trying to sell when they pretty much hate you at the end of practice. But at the end of each practice, I was telling you, hey guys, I love you. Now, the first couple of days, it was like, you kidding? What do you mean you love us? You do this to us? But after the third or fourth day, a couple of them say, hey man, we love you too. After about 3 weeks, a lot of them saying, hey man, we love you too. Then I knew I had them. I knew they bought into the program. They knew that I cared and that they cared. And so anytime I work with individuals, it's important that they know that I care. And it's my job to get them to do something they don't want to do to achieve what they want to achieve. But it doesn't mean you have to be punished to do that. There's rewards and there's risk. And I like both of them.
And that comes through loud and clear.
I hope so. It's just
Well,
kind of,
we're thrilled to have you with us, James, and big things to come. Thank you so much.
my pleasure. Good talking to you. God bless you.
You too.